All right, what is up, you guys? So part 3 of our Training 101 series, right? How to choose your exercises, right? So in part 1, we went over why we're going to the gym, what's the point of training and getting stronger anyways. Part 2, we talked about how to choose your frequency, how many days per week you're going to the gym, and then also how to choose your split. And then here in part 3, we're going to talk about how to choose the exercises that you fill those days and sessions in the gym with, okay? So first, KISS, or keep it simple stupid. A lot of times we like to complicate things, especially in the fitness industry and when it comes to choosing exercises. So the thing to always remember is KISS, keep it simple stupid, okay? So examples on this are the bench press versus the pec fly, okay? So say you're trying to grow your chest and your triceps. Okay, those are 2 muscle groups that you're looking to bring up, make bigger and stronger. Okay, you can do a pec fly, right, just for your chest, single joint movement. Okay, and then you can do like a tricep extension movement. Okay, the tricep extension movement only works your triceps, right? The pec fly only works your chest. Or you can do something like a bench press, which through pushing the bar up works your chest and your tricep, right? So we're doing the pec fly and the tricep extension at the same time with the bench press, right? That's an example of keeping it simple with the basic tried and true compound barbell movements is usually going to be your best bet, right? So keep it simple. Same with like a leg extension versus a squat. Leg extension, all it's working is your quads. Squats are working pretty much every muscle in your body. Quads, glutes, hamstrings, adductors, abductors, core, right, all that stuff. So that's an example of you would pick the squat over the leg extension, right, keeping it simple. And then lastly, this is huge in the fitness industry. A lot of people fall for this trap, okay? It's the shiny object syndrome, okay? What that means is like a kid, like you show him a coin versus a dollar, he's gonna pick the coin because it's a lot shinier, right? It's like more exciting. Same thing with picking exercises. A lot of times we fall for the hype of like this new exercise that's gonna blow up your biceps, like all that kind of stuff. People have been around and lifting weights for a long time, so the odds that somebody's gonna like discover some new way to move the body and add weight to it are very, very slim. The tried and true basic compound movements, keeping it simple is always gonna be your best bet. So do not fall for the shiny new bicep blaster exercise, right? Get really strong on the compound movements in the 5 to 10 rep range. That's the goal. All right, so next I want to go over the logic behind picking your exercise. Some of the reasons that you would pick one exercise over another, okay? First is inspiration, right? What I mean by that is like you see somebody else doing the movement and you get inspired to get strong on that same movement. So like watching Shane Hunt deadlift, right? It's like, man, like that looks awesome. I'd love to be able to deadlift that much. So that inspires you to pick the deadlift as one of your exercises. That's like my favorite way to go about picking exercises. It's very powerful because like when you're envisioning yourself in there lifting like somebody that you look up to, it's great for like motivation, inspiration, all that kind of stuff. Makes you work harder trying to get strong on that movement. So like a great way to pick some exercises is have somebody that inspires you, figure out what kind of exercises they're doing, and then throw those lifts into your program, right? That's a great way to do some of it. So next we're going to talk about specificity, right? So all that means is you want to pick exercises that work the muscles you're trying to increase, right? So if I really, want to bring up my shoulders, I want my shoulders to be bigger. I'm probably not going to focus a ton on calf raises for that goal, right? So common sense there. Next is pay attention to the stimulus, right? So if you're like doing some exercise for your biceps and you can barely feel it in the muscle you're trying to target, it's just like, you're not getting a pump, the bicep's not feeling tired, it's not getting fatigued, doesn't feel like there's really any tension on your bicep, you're feeling it like all in your lower back or like in your forearm flexors, right? Probably not a great exercise for the biceps, right? So specificity and stimulus kind of go hand in hand. You want it to be targeting the muscle you're trying to work and actually doing the job of targeting the muscle you're trying to work, right? And then finally is preference, right? If there's just some exercises that you absolutely hate doing, right? Don't do them, right? So in the beginning, we talked about like one of the main reasons to go to the gym is because it's fun, right? If an exercise like gives you pain, makes injuries flare up, you just don't really feel it, you feel awkward doing it, don't pick that one, right? So to recap, the logic behind picking exercises, maybe someone inspires you to do one, it's specific to the muscles that you're trying to grow, it stimulates the muscles you're trying to grow and you enjoy doing it, right? Like that's the name of the game when it comes to writing your program. So now we'll look at some examples of great lifts to throw into your program, right? So before I get into this, remember the whole concept of Milo and the bull, right? We're trying to progressively get stronger over time. So the best exercises that are going to allow us to do that are the compound lifts that allow you to add more and more weight to the bar, right? Progressively lift more weight. So a deadlift is going to serve us a ton better than like a hamstring curl, like a glute raise, like all that kind of stuff, because we can deadlift like 700 pounds. Like you can add a ton of weight to the bar. On other movements, it's harder to progressively overload forever. So pick those main basic compound movements because of progressive overload, okay? Also, for the reasons we talked about in the previous two slides, they're just tried and true, they're basic compound movements, better bang for your buck exercises. We know that they work, right? They're proven, okay? So some examples of those, and this is by no means a comprehensive list, but you know, with all the information out there on the exercises to do, you should have no trouble finding the basic compound movements, but I'm going to go over a few of those here. So for legs, right? So you want to think about it by, this is where specificity comes into play, right? I'm trying to work my legs. What movements do I need to get strong at in the 5 to 10 rep range to have bigger legs, right? That's the name of the game. Keep it simple. So squat, sumo deadlift, RDLs stands for Romanian deadlift, or straight leg deadlift, anything like that. Bulgarian split squats, leg presses, leg extensions, hamstring curls, and calf raise. And this is kind of in a sequential order of most important to least important, right? Chest, shoulders, triceps, your push movements, okay? Bench press, incline press, overhead press, dips, tricep extensions, okay? All great movements. Anything that you can get really strong at that involves your chest, shoulders, and triceps. That's the name of the game. Back, biceps, and forearms. Any type of row, pull-up, curls, and then for forearms, extensions, right? So this is forearm flexion, forearm extension, okay? So think of forearm extension like the Soulja Boy dance. That kind of, yeah, okay. And obviously this would also include like a lat pull down, cable row, anything like that. So that's it for part 3. Remember, pick exercises that target the muscles you're trying to work, ones that you feel in the muscles that you're trying to work, and exercises that allow you to get as strong as possible in the 5 to 10 rep range on the key exercises that you're looking to improve. In part 4, we're going to look over how to progress, right? How to get stronger week to week, workout to workout, year to year, so that by the time that bull is fully grown, you're still going to be strong enough to lift it just like Milo, all right? So that's it for part 3. I'll catch you guys in part 4. Peace.